Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Bihari.
And now chapter 22, the descendants of Ajamida. Shukdev Goswami said, O king, the son of Devodasa was Mitrayu, and from Mitrayu came 4 sons named Chayavana, Sudasa, Sahadeva, and Somaka. Somaka was the father of Jantu. Somaka had 100 sons, of whom the youngest was Prashata. From Prashata was born King Drupada, who was opulent in all supremacy. From Maharaj Drupada, Draupadi was born. Maharaj Drupada also had many sons, headed by Drishtadyumna. From Drishtadyumna came a son named Drishtaketu. All these personalities are known as descendants of Varmyashva, or as the dynasty of Panchala. Another son of Ajamida was known as Riksha. From Riksha came a son named Samvarana, and from Samvarana, through the womb of his wife Tapati, the daughter of the sun god, came Kuru, the king of Kurukshetra. Kuru had 4 sons, Parikshi, Sudanu, Janu, and Nishida. From Sudanu, Suhotra was born, and from Suhotra, Chayavana. From Chayavana, Kriti was born. The son of Kriti was Uparichara Vasu, and among his sons, headed by Brihadrata, were Kushamba, Matsya, Pratyagra, and Chedipa. All the sons of Uparichara Vasu became rulers of the Chedi state. From Brihadrata, Kushagra was born. From Kushagra, Rishabha, and from Rishabha, Satyahita. The son of Satyahita was Pushpavan, and the son of Pushpavan was Jahu. Through the womb of another wife, Brihadrata begot 2 halves of a son. When the mother saw those 2 halves, she rejected them, but later a she-demon named Jara playfully joined them and said, "Come to life, come to life." Thus the son named Jarasandha was born. From Jarasandha came a son named Sahadeva. From Sahadeva, Somapi. And from Somapi, Shrutashrava. The son of Kuru called Parikshi had no sons, but the son of Kuru called Janu had a son named Surata. From Surata came a son named Vidurata, from whom Sarvabhauma was born. From Sarvabhauma came Jayasena, from Jayasena Radhika, and from Radhika Ayutayu. From Ayutayu came a son named Akrodana, and his son was Devatiti. The son of Devatiti was Riksha. The son of Riksha was Dilipa, and the son of Dilipa was Pratipa. The sons of Pratipa were Devapi, Shantanu, and Balika. Devapi left the kingdom of his father and went to the forest, and therefore Shantanu became the king. Shantanu, who in his previous birth was known as Mahabhisha, had the ability to transform anyone from old age to youth simply by touching that person with his hands. Because the king was able to make everyone happy for sense gratification, primarily by the touch of his hand, his name was Shantanu. Once, when there was no rainfall in the kingdom for 12 years, and the king consulted his learned Brahmanical advisers, they said, "You are faulty for enjoying the property of your elder brother. For the elevation of your kingdom and home, you should return the kingdom to him." When the Brahmins said this, Maharaj Shantanu went to the forest and requested his elder brother Devapi to take charge of the kingdom, for it is the duty of a king to maintain his subjects. Previously, however, Shantanu's minister, Ashvabhata, had instigated some Brahmins to induce Devapi to transgress the injunctions of the Vedas, and thus make himself unfit for the post of ruler. The Brahmins deviated Devapi from the path of the Vedic principles, and therefore, when asked by Shantanu, he did not agree to accept the post of ruler. On the contrary, he blasphemed the Vedic principles, and therefore became fallen. Under the circumstances, Shantanu again became the king, and Indra, being pleased, showered rains. Devapi later took to the path of mystic yoga to control his mind and senses, and went to the village named Kalapagram, where he is still living. After the dynasty of the moon god comes to an end in this age of Kali, Devapi, in the beginning of the next Satya Yuga, will re-establish the Soma dynasty in this world. From Balika, the brother of Shantanu, came a son named Somadatta, who had 3 sons named Buri, Burishrava, and Shala. From Shantanu, through the womb of his wife named Ganga, came Bhishma, the exalted, self-realized devotee and learned scholar. Bhishma Dev was the foremost of all warriors. When he defeated Lord Parashuram in a fight, Lord Parashuram was very satisfied with him. By the semen of Shantanu in the womb of Satyavati, the daughter of a fisherman, Chitrangada took birth. Chitrangada, of whom Vichitravirya was the younger brother, was killed by a Gandharva who was also named Chitrangada. Satyavati, before her marriage to Shantanu, gave birth to the master authority of the Vedas, Vyasadeva, known as Krishna Dvaipayana, who was begotten by Parashara Muni. From Vyasadeva, I, Shukdev Goswami, was born, and from him I studied this great work of literature, Shrimad Bhagavatam. The incarnation of Godhead, Vedavyas, rejecting his disciples, headed by Pila, instructed Shrimad Bhagavatam to me because I was free from all material desires. After Ambika and Ambalika, the 2 daughters of Kashiraj, were taken away by force, Vichitravirya married them, but because he was too attached to these 2 wives, he had a heart attack and died of tuberculosis. Badarayana, Sri Vyasadeva, following the order of his mother, Satyavati, begot 3 sons, 2 by the womb of Ambika and Ambalika, the 2 wives of his brother Vichitravirya, and the 3rd by Vichitravirya's maidservant. These sons were Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and Vidura. Dhritarashtra's wife, Gandhari, gave birth to 100 sons and 1 daughter, O